All right, let's do it. I have absolutely zero reason to be doing this. There's no challenge. I'm not doing a challenge. I'm just simply playing. Wait, whoa. Let's change these challenges real quick. Get 100 kills in a row without taking damage. Okay, reach round 30, we'll put that. 150 krills with explosives. 20 weapons from the mystery box. 150 kills from the hip fire. Survive 10 rounds in a row in the same. Oh, that'll be easy. Alright, so we're going to play some IX, aka 9. And mostly, I'm just doing this because I haven't made videos lately. Like, besides shorts, which is just a lot easier, mentally. I can't explain it. It's not like I was getting views making normal videos, so I just figured, fuck it. But I do like these time capsule videos that I make, basically, where I just talk about a topic at hand, or multiple, and they come back in like 6 to 12 months, aka a year, and listen to the bombastic bullshit that just spews out of my mouth. The main topic of today will be discussing Stranger Things Season 5, along with, just talking about the game at hand, whatever's happening. I'll probably just mention it every here and like, oh, God, almost got killed by a gladiator, I don't know. But anyway, I feel like I gotta vent this somewhere. And I don't really feel like making a dedicated Stranger Things video because, quite frankly, I don't fucking care enough. I really don't. If this was me 5 years ago, in 2019, 2020, holy shit, that 2019 was 6 years ago. I feel like an old man. So if I made a video 6 years ago, after Season 3, upon my first viewing, I would have been so positive about everything. I would have been like, oh, it was so good, blockbuster entertainment, it was so much fun, it gave me so many references to movies I enjoy. I was so easy to manipulate when I was young. And even now I feel like I have to catch myself. Like watching Season 5, upon first viewing, I was kind of like, you know what, it wasn't that bad. And then I sat back and thought about it for 3 days. I think it's been 4, when did it come out? Wednesday? So it's been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I've really had 3 days to sit on it since, and I really don't like Season 5. The first 4 episodes, anyway. I can't see it getting much better from here, folks. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. If you enjoy gay movies and TV shows, this might be perfect for you, because this is what it's turning into. It's turning into a gay pride show set in 1980s Indiana, which, like, let's get real. Come on, man. Like, really? In one of the most, like, religious areas of the time, where it's mostly Catholics and Christians, white people, and you're turning all these people gay. Alright. And I'm starting to really, really get worried that they're going to turn Mike gay. If that's the case, I'm done watching the show. I will never, ever rewatch it. I will never talk about it again. I will never even act like it existed, quite frankly. Because I'm already at that point where I don't really like it. Don't like the direction they're taking. Season 3 introduced Robin, who, if you all have watched the show, you're aware of Robin. I do not like Robin. I've never liked her. But at least in Season 3... she was not annoying. She just was irrelevant. She was just another character that they put in there that did not need to be there. I'm sorry, the cast was already bloated enough. You've got way too many characters that you're already focused on in the first 2 seasons. And then you add in this chick who, at first, and for most people, including myself, I figured, oh, this is going to be the Steve love interest. And that would have been the smart thing to do. And yeah, it would have been cliche. And yeah, it's been done a million times. But at least it fits with the theme of the show. And fits with the theme of the time era. The time era? The time era. Wow. It fits with the era, is what I'm saying. It fits with the 1980s. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure there was some gay people. It was not common for a reason back then. It wasn't really a thing, man. Like, yeah, there was some gay people. It wasn't something that most people talked about, and it wasn't something that really happened that often. It still isn't that common. I think a lot of people that think they're gay are not, and they end up realizing it later in life, along with the transgender thing, which we could sit and talk about another day. But gay in particular, I feel like a lot of it has to do with being groomed to be gay. I don't think you're born gay. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that someone's born gay. I just don't believe... It contradicts everything that we're meant to do as human beings, not just one. I don't know why I'm speaking like there's only one human out there. Guess it's because I'm trying to focus on not dying at the same time. Yeah, our whole purpose as humans is to procreate, have children. That's literally what we're wired to do. So I don't buy that some people are born with, like, their wires were crossed. They're just gay. They like penis when they're men, and they like vagina if they're women. No, I don't really think that that's a thing. I think that you can be open to the idea of it because you've been kind of normalized to it from a young age, which is not a good thing. Because more people than not seem to get brainwashed by it. Whether they end up gay or not is a whole other thing. But they have this ideology for the rest of their life that you're born gay and you can't do anything about it. I just don't buy that. If you go into the woods, all those tribes that live in, like, I don't know, the Congo, all these tribes that live all over the world, none of them have gay people. It's funny. None of them have anyone who is gay. They all sleep with women because that's what your purpose is as a man. So I don't understand why we focus so much on a society on something that is so niche to begin with. Not very many gay people out there. I was shocked to see how few when I looked at like the demographics of like especially America because there's so many people. Population of gay people is very small. So I don't know why we're putting $300 million shows into the limelight with gay people when straight clearly it worked for hundreds of years here. You wouldn't exist if there was no straight sex. Very weird. It's a fetish and it needs to be stopped is what I'm saying. We need to stop normalizing gay shit in TV shows. It's and not just TV, movies as well. Every movie and show now has to have some sort of identity politics involved. It can't just be a show. You can't just have straight people being normal. It's got to have the men being pussies and they don't know what to do ever and they're just constantly panicking and they don't know how to fix any situation. And the women, they just know everything. Like Nancy has turned into the Terminator. There's the scene where she's just bossing Murray and Jonathan around and it felt like I was watching I don't even like a Greta Gerwig movie. Like it just felt like I was watching some feminist propaganda where it was just like, oh my goodness. Or when she's in the hospital and the doctor, I think he calls her sweetheart, and she's like, doctors don't smoke. You don't call me sweetheart. What? How is an older man calling you sweetheart when your mother and father are currently in critical care offensive? Like this is where we've gotten as a. It's just stupid, man. You really sit back and think about the dialogue that was spoken in this season. It's atrocious. That scene where Steve is simply just trying to be a good guy. As maybe we should go by the hospital and give Nancy some flowers. You know, like a normal human being. Even Jonathan should be thinking that way because that's his fucking girlfriend. But instead he takes that moment to, you're a chauvinistic pig, Steve Harrington. What? Like, what? So Jonathan's a liberal sus as well. Like, he's a liberal sus man. Just like his brother, who's gay. So, if you're not seeing the issues, if this was set modern day in 2025, it'd be like whatever. Like, clearly it's gonna be woke. Everything's woke now. But you're gonna set something in the past, and for the first couple seasons, it's pretty true to the time period. Like, you don't have too much 2020, drama going on. And now it just feels like I am watching a 2025 show set in the 80s where there's all of our problems are in their world where they didn't care about these things. Next thing up, there's going to be a trans person probably in the last 5 episodes. Maybe that's what we'll learn about Vecna all along. He was trans from the start. It's just so stupid. Uh-oh. Get out of here. That's right, bitch. Biatch. He's still alive. Guy's eating. I honestly, I think I have more problems than not with the season. I can't really sit here and tell you I like too much about it. I cannot think of a scene that felt like it was earned. That Will scene where he basically turns into a monster because he's gay. Like, oh, now I've got my powers because I've accepted that I like penis. It's like the most on-the-nose thing ever. So he couldn't do this before until he accepted he was gay, even though we've established this for like 2 seasons at least. They kind of hinted it in season 1, even though I think it was just kind of a throwaway line from his dad that people are clinging on to. I don't really think the Duffers could have predicted a 10-year-old boy was going to be gay, but now they're rolling with it because the guy in real life is gay, so they're really going to nail it home. And I like I said, I am afraid they're going to turn Mike gay. I am very afraid that he's going to, next episode or something, be like, you know what? I have a superhero fetish, and now that Will has superpowers, I'm gay for him. And they have like a threesome, him, Eleven, and fucking Will. Would not be surprised with the way this show's written right now. Fucking rockin' Robin. I haven't cringed in a long time. Like, actually cringed where my face went, oh. But when she was on the radio trying to act like a man, like try to act cool on the radio, and hey, rockin' Robin here, I actually cringed. It's really hard to make me cringe. I used to watch those cringe compilations just for fun, because it's fun to watch people just completely clown themselves. But watching the acting attempts in this season, especially from Robin, I cringed a couple times. That scene where she's in the tunnel with Will, talking about Tammy Thompson. I used to have the biggest crush on Tammy Thompson. I was cringing pretty damn hard. Like, the whole scene was just so on the nose, just like the Will coming out and accepting that he's gay and getting his powers. It was just all, oh, I'm down. Good. Remind me I'm human. I'm not a Stranger Things character. Because remember, they don't die. That's actually perfect that I down, because it reminds me to mention, nobody dies on this show. Like, everybody seems to survive. The only characters that die are the ones they introduced that season. They make you like them, and then they kill them. Like Bob, Alexi, and Eddie. Every other character, sorry, we're not killing them. Like Karen Wheeler. I almost forgave the show for a lot of its bullshit. Like, I don't know why, but that would have really somehow saved it for me. And you've got people defending it like, this is not Game of Thrones, okay? If you want stakes, go watch something else. It's a show where Demogorgons are killing everything. Like, they go through an army of people in this season, and the Demogorgon can't kill an unathletic dad and mother who's about 105 pounds. And a little girl. I know he wasn't trying to kill Holly, but it seemed like it for a couple minutes there. I'm just baffled that people are defending this. She fucking puts up a fight with a wine bottle. Like, they're like, it's the mama bear instincts. She would be dead so fast. Like, let's be honest. She might hit it with the wine bottle once on her way down, but the fact that she survived and within, like, the same day was writing on a notepad, I couldn't believe it, dude. That's the type of shit that, like, I can't overlook that. I don't care how fake your show is and how I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief. That kind of shit is so dumb. And you'll really have people sit there and defend that. They'll be like, well, you just don't understand. You just don't get it, dude. You're a hater. Wouldn't really consider myself a hater. I used to be the biggest Stranger Things fan. Especially, I still think season 1's pretty damn good. It's not flawless like a lot of people will sit here and tell you. It's straight up just a rip-off of every 80s movie we ever enjoyed growing up. Especially the Amblin films, the Spielberg movies. I do get a bit of Stephen King vibes in there, but it just feels like E.T. The first season just feels like E.T. And, yeah, it's good, but season 2, it kind of proved that the show didn't really need to have more than one season. And since then, it just keeps proving it further and further. Because season 3, like, what the fuck, man? Did they even spend a minute in the Upside Down in that season? I don't even know if we see it. I honestly cannot remember. I haven't rewatched season 3 in a while. I remember most of it. It's just, I don't think they even go to the Upside Down one. They go to the Void a couple times because Elle is spying on Billy and shit. But, like, did they actually physically go to the Upside Down? I don't think they do. And speaking of the Upside Down, it went from a hazardous wasteland where if you breathed in the toxic air, you got sick. Like, Will was visibly almost dead from breathing in all that shit. And Hopper had to wear a hazmat suit, and all the guys that Brenner was working with wore hazmat suits. Now you just got Eleven and Hopper just chilling. They're just down there hanging out, broing out, chilling, talking about some guy pissing on a wall. It's bad. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how you can sit here and be like, "That show's good, man." It's turned into the worst of worst Marvel and Disney stuff lately. It feels like I'm watching a Marvel/Star Wars show from the last 5 years, and that's not good. The writing is atrocious. I can't even speak. It's atrocious. Atrocious. I can't speak. It's been a long day. It's been a long couple days because I was honestly looking forward to this season of Stranger Things, and that's probably my fault. It's really a CW show with a big budget, and I knew this already. It's just, I thought, last season they're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to stop focusing on all this gay shit. They doubled down on the gay shit and made it impossible to follow what was happening because there's 15 million different storylines going on, and you can't even focus on a lot of the really interesting characters like Steve, who gets virtually nothing to do other than that scene where him and Jonathan try to race to the top of the electric tower or whatever you want to call it. Whatever. I don't even, they climb up and they try to impress Nancy, and she wasn't even looking the whole time, so it's hilarious, man. So funny, huh? Stupid as fuck. And really, in hindsight, when I rewatched season 4, there's a lot of shit I don't like in season 4. All of that backtracking where Eleven is having these repressed memories come back through her training with Brenner is fucking awful writing. It's the laziest shit. So sick of franchises in their 4th, 5th, or 6th movie/season retconning everything that came before it to say, no, this guy was really the big bad all along. The people you thought were bad were their minions. This is the real villain. When clearly he was not. This guy was nowhere to be found in the first. There's no hint that there was anybody like Vecna in the first 3 seasons. Then out of nowhere, this guy's just, he's the main villain. Killing people for no reason and opening porthole, gate holes, whatever you want to call them. Portals to our dimension. And the problems for me just really got amplified with the season finale of season 4 when Max should have died, but they have no balls and they cannot kill a single character that matters to the story. And I don't even think Max really matters. All of that running up the hill shit was embarrassing. Just trying so hard to make an edgy teen story of a teenage girl who she's been through so much, even though she hated her brother with a passion. They fucking hated each other, but all of a sudden he's dead, so I feel bad now. I'm taking Advil just to show that I'm depressed. It's like it's written by ChatGPT. And people will sit here defending this shit tooth and nail. They will cry if you call out this pile of shit show that. If it was one season, I'd sit here and be like, it was a great one season. Like, just a really good standalone show. And I love when shows can leave stuff up for your imagination. And movies, too. When you don't have to explain everything. This show's reaching that point where it's over-explaining now. Everything's a story. Everything has to be told. We have to explain who did this, when, where. Like, just fucking leave it, man. The whole interest for me in the first 2 seasons was like, what is really going on in the Upside Down? I never wanted to know, though. Now it's ruining it. And I feel like I could be wrong. I'm going to make these predictions now because, the season comes out in like a month or whatever, and I probably won't talk about Stranger Things again until that comes out. I know for a fact that Vecna planned this because they wouldn't show the scene at the beginning of him transferring his powers to Will. They wouldn't have showed that if he wasn't planning on turning Will on the group. So they gave us this scene at the end of episode 4, big triumphant moment where Will gets his powers and now he can help Eleven and Callie defeat Vecna. When in reality, he's just going to brainwash him and it'll be like a Darth Vader situation where he's going to basically turn on his friends. And that's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't know to the extent of what will happen, but something tells me Will is going to either kill Eleven or Eleven's going to have to kill Will. And in the case of Will killing Eleven, I think he would realize after, like, oh shit, he'd like snap out of it and then have to kill Vecna. But in the other case, if Eleven kills Will, it'll be her and Callie fighting against Will and Vecna, which I think is the more likely outcome. And I feel like one of the last memorable shots of this show will be Joyce holding Will's dead body as, the battle's done and Vecna's destroyed. But I just don't see this last. I don't see Will surviving. And if he does, then like I said, 11 will be the one that he ends up killing. For other reasons, it'll be because he's brainwashed and oh shit, I killed 11, and then he'll team up with Callie and they'll kill Vecna. In my opinion, that'll be what it'll be. Hard to forgive Will, but he is. If you watch that, with the semblance of intelligence, you realize he's under control. So that scene when the Demogorgon goes into the Wheeler house, he's watching. I think it was him the whole time. Like, I think the Demogorgon is him, and he can't control it. At first, honestly, I know Mr. Whatsit was going to be Vecna or / Henry, but there was a part of me wondering, is this Will the whole time, and is he just projecting himself as Henry? Which I thought would have been kind of more interesting if Will was already showing evil in this early half of the season and we just didn't know it. That'll come gradually. I'm sure there's 4 episodes left, and I think the 3 of them are between an hour and a half, and the last one's about 2 hours. So I truly think Will turn evil. It'll piss a lot of people off probably, but it's not like he chooses to turn evil. It'll be simply out of brainwashing, and that's why I think he will end up dying. I think 11 will have to put her surrogate brother down, and her and Mike will live on happily ever after, going to that waterfall or whatever the fuck they were talking about, living at 3 waterfalls. Well, they can't find 3 actual waterfalls, but the rest can come true. So I feel like that's either setting up a really emotional 11 death, where as she's dying she'd be like, we won't get to see our waterfall, Mike, or they actually do get to live out their happily ever after, but Will has to be the sacrifice. And maybe a couple other characters in there, like the more meaningless ones, like a Robin might die, or a, what's her face, Erica, or something like that. I still think Murray's gonna die. I just don't see how he's made it this far to begin with. Season 2, and it was his first introduction, right? And he was a more serious character. Like, yeah, he was kind of always jokey, and he hooked up Nancy and Jonathan. But there was some real, character there, unlike now where he's just the punchline bald eagle. Like, he just shows up and gets clowned on by everybody and then leaves. He's basically just a delivery guy in Season 5 so far. So I just don't even see what his purpose is anymore. Once they don't need supplies anymore, he'll be the first to go, in my opinion. But he's kind of just cannon fodder. And that's why I thought Ted Wheeler in particular was going to die, because what the fuck what does he serve as a character? What purpose does he serve? He doesn't serve a purpose. So take him out, get rid of a pointless character. They didn't even have the balls to do that. You know what? Save Karen all you want. I thought that was still stupid that she had basically her whole trachea ripped open, and it seemed like part of her intestines were like sticking out. Yeah, she's all right. Meanwhile, Ted gets thrown into a wall once, and he's in an induced coma, medically induced coma, so he might not make it. But Karen will? Like, what? The woman power's off the charts. That's kind of what I'm getting at. And that's why I'm kind of annoyed they had to introduce Holly at all. Like, we have enough characters, man. Like, my same complaint for Robin goes for Holly. Like, they're just trying to make it more about women. There wasn't enough women in Season 2. It was just Nancy, basically, in the group, and 11, who was separated. So they're like, we need another woman in there. Get Robin in there. And now that Robin's in there, they're like, well, we love having extra women in there, so let's get Holly involved, too. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Max. Dude, she's irrelevant. I'm sorry. She is irrelevant. I cannot care less about a character than Max. I don't know what her purpose is. And Lucas is irrelevant as well. Like, really, the only young... I can't even call them young anymore because they're my age and they're in their early to mid-20s. Out of Mike, Will, Dustin, and Lucas, the only interesting ones are Mike and Dustin. Like, if Lucas and Will just didn't appear for the rest of the season, I would lose 0 sleep. Lucas is the token black character. He brings absolutely nothing to the group other than, I'm tough. I'm tough, man. And he never does anything to back it up. With his terrible haircuts that apparently his dad in real life gives him. Fire that guy instantly. Yeah, Lucas, irrelevant. Will has always been irrelevant. Now they're forcing the story to make him relevant, and he's just not a good actor. I'm sorry, Noah Schnapp is a fucking terrible actor. It's the perfect case of child actor who is very talented. Just, it doesn't always work. You know, when you get older, things change. Just like if you're a bad actor as a child, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll be bad as an adult. The same can be said for if you're good as a kid. It doesn't mean you're going to be good as an adult. I think he's a terrible adult actor, and he's only in his early 20s. So imagine how much worse this could get if he keeps acting. I don't see him getting hired much after this. there's a reason he's really not been in much since like 2016, 17 when he started getting older. When he was like 10, 11, 12, like, oh, he's a cute kid. Put him in movies. Now that he cannot act, you can't just hide behind the cuteness. And yeah, there's a reason that Finn Wolfhard gets a lot more roles than him. He's a better actor. I still think Finn Wolfhard's kind of wooden. This season, he's a lot better so far. It's one of the main positives for me is the fact that his character actually feels like Mike again. Season 4, his whole purpose was to say, fight, to Eleven when she was having her meltdown in the Upside Down, when she could have been saving Max the whole time. But yeah, that was basically, he was relegated to a side character, and really, he was the main boy in Season 1. Like, maybe you could argue Dustin, but I wouldn't say, I would say Mike was, because we see his house, his family, it's all about really the Wheelers. And then all of a sudden, he just kind of became irrelevant. Season 2, he just kind of stands by Will's bedside and says, like, he's got true sight. Season 3, him and Elle just have, like, petty relationship drama at 13 years old that just kind of cringe to watch. And Season 4, he's just on the road trip with the worst characters in the show the whole time. Argyle, Jonathan, and Will. Argyle's a terrible character. It's another positive. At least they didn't bring that clown back. I could not stand Argyle. His character had zero purpose other than to be funny stoner dude. Aren't we past this? Aren't we past the funny stoner characters? It's been a played out trend for 25 years. Jay and Silent Bob made it go out of style. Like, it was a thing already, and then Jay and Silent Bob beat it into the ground. And then shit like Freddy vs. Jason had to have the stoner guy, and there's always like the stoner funny guy, man. I'm gonna roll some joints, bro. It's just, and they made Jonathan like retarded. He was never the best character. I liked him in Season 1 though. He always seemed like a really good big brother. I don't feel that way at all anymore. Like, he talked to Will once in Season 4 in an entire season, basically, where they had their little heart-to-heart. Where he's like, yeah, I know you're gay, and I'll always love you, but I know you're gay. And since then, what has Jonathan done? Other than return to be Nancy's sidekick again. Which is how many seasons in a row now? Besides Season 4? Where him and Nancy just do side quests, and Nancy acts angry and stomps her feet everywhere, and Jonathan follows behind like a clumsy idiot while Steve tries to get her back. This is basically the entire show at this point. So we're not moving as a show. Like, I just, even when Holly got captured in episode 2, I rolled my eyes and went, we're doing this again. Like, again. This was the entirety of Season 1. I don't care about watching some other kid go missing that I know isn't going to die. We know Holly's not going to die. So what is the purpose? What are we doing this for? It's just to get Max out of there into her blind body, which I'm sure will be cured. Watch. They'll find some magic cure for blindness. And her limbs that were snapped in every direction. Like, we're not talking broken. Her limbs were snapped in different directions. She would never walk again. She's going to walk no problem. She's going to get up, her eyes will be perfect, and her body's back to normal. Then, you know, you can heal perfectly after having your arms and legs snapped in the wrong direction. Yeah, so, bad writing. It really is. And I'm not trying to sit here and act like it ever had great writing. Like I've gone over, I'm aware the show was never creative. But holy shit, dude. So lazy. And when you can just predict the next scene, that's a problem. Everybody knew, because that episode was called Sorcerer, that Will's powers were going to arrive. We all knew it. It was literally a thing for 6 months leading up to this. After they released the names of the episode, everyone went, yep, that's the episode where he unveiled he's got powers. And then they didn't help their case by saying, this episode's super important, super lore-changing. And it sucked. Besides the last 5 minutes that everybody loves for some reason, because of, look, he's got powers. It's a terrible episode. I did like that Mr. What's-It thing, though, where they were hurdling the kids under the stall door. Where Mr. What's-It? This way. And then they would open them up and they'd walk down the ladder. That was kind of funny when they got caught. Mr. What's-It? And the girl just ran out and tattled on them. That kind of made me chuckle. That was one of the only scenes that made me laugh, because it reminded me of childhood. When you'd be doing something at school, when you shouldn't be, and then you get caught by the teacher's pet, and it's like, oh no, she's going to tell on us, and we are fucked. So I that kind of gave me like a season 1 feel, where I was like, oh, that's kind of the season 1 humor. But everything else is just so cringy. That I like dick joke where they were talking about making the dick tunnel or whatever, and I like dick. And it even pauses because they expect you at home to be laughing because everybody who watches this show is an NPC. So they expect everyone to have their 2-second, oh my Robin's so funny for saying that. Ha 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 ha. And then Lucas says something else about like, I'll what is he saying? I don't even remember. It honestly made me cringe. Like, that's what I'm saying. This season has been a cringe fest so far, and I don't cringe much. I have sat through some terrible movies and shows where I didn't even really... It didn't faze me. It was just like, yeah, this is bad. I think it's because I want this show to be good that it makes the cringe 100 times worse. If this was just any other show, like a Riverdale or something, that my girlfriend just happened to be watching and I walked in and be like, yeah, this fits. But because the show has such a reputation, and in my mind I'm still holding on to the season 1 acting and writing and pacing and all of that, it's just, it makes it worse, dude. Because I'm almost expecting a season 1 episode and we're not getting it. I really hate what they've done with Dustin. There's a lot of people saying, this is a very normal progression for his character. How in the fuck is it normal for him to turn into an Eddie wannabe? Like, I'm sorry. He has an obsession where it's almost unhealthy. He's dressing like him. He has his rings on. He acts like him now. It's just stupid. He gets his ass handed to him because he's acting like Eddie. He would have never acted like this in the previous seasons. And Steve's right. He's like, you're poking the bear, dude. And Dustin's all angry. I don't want to talk to you. Let's just not talk. Even though we're the 2 best characters together in every other season. So even the stuff that worked, they're fucking up. Which you think that would be the bare minimum that the show would continue on. But, oh, okay, we still got Dustin and Steve. You know, Hopper's still enjoyable. None of it's true, man. There was a moment where Hopper was getting mad at Eleven in the Upside Down. And I had flashbacks to season 3, and it just kind of made me sick to my stomach. Because that's when someone said it best. I wish I knew the guy's name. I watched his video, and like he summed up everything I felt about it in his words. He said it was a character reset. And I could not be more agreeing with that statement. I couldn't get my head around. When I first watched season 3, I really liked it, my first viewing, but I did not understand Hopper as a character anymore. Because he was this, like, action hero that was kind of a bumbling idiot that was whiny and drunk, and it's like, this is not Hopper. This is not what he was like in the first 2 seasons. So season 4, I guess he was only better because he was in prison, and he had no option other than to be stoic and not annoying. But holy shit, now that he's back out of jail, and back with 11, and he is right back to season 3 Hopper. He was ready to kill himself to blow a door open that he could have just left the I don't even know, was it dynamite or was it was just explosives. He could have just left the explosives by the door and ran out and let it blow up, but we had to have another Hopper fake out death. What is this, the 3rd or 4th one? There was one in season 1 where he's in the Upside Down. Is there one in season 2? Probably, I don't remember. Season 3, there is at the very end. And season 4, there's a couple, because the Demogorgon gets on top of him while he's in the jail. Like, obviously, you know he's probably not going to die after Joyce goes through all that to get to him. But I still couldn't believe, like, how many times they tried to play up, like, he is in a lot of danger here in season 4 when we know he's not going to die. And that's exactly what I was talking out loud to myself because I was so annoyed. We know he's not going to die. Stop with the fake outs. Holy shit. If he's going to die, just do it already. Enough with the pump fakes, man. Like, I feel like I've been jerked off so many times, and they didn't let me bust. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're on the cusp of coming, but they won't let you get that nut out. So instead, we'll just keep giving you the same fake out deaths for every character. Or one after the next, they look like they're dead. Like Karen. She's literally in a pool of her own blood when Nancy finds her. She's like choking on her blood. I'm thinking, oh, it's over. Like it's over. I even said it out loud. I was like, Karen's actually gonna die. Holy shit, they're actually doing this. And, 5 minutes later, like, we got, we'll give you updates. She's in stable condition right now. It's like, you're kidding me. She's going to survive. Only in the plot armor is just off the charts, man. And she's not even a main character. So, yeah, it would have sucked if she died. But it would have upped the stakes. Now Mike and Nancy have an extra reason to get this done. Like, Nancy basically speaks for the audience in a way when she's like, we just sat around for 2 years basically doing nothing when we could have killed him. This is our fault. And she's not wrong. So why didn't the writers, maybe make season 5 2 years ago? Oh, that's right, the writer's strike. Because entitled actors who think they deserve everything, and you're not making enough money to just stand there and pretend to be somebody else? You need more? Gotcha. Speaking of, Linda Hamilton is in this season, and I don't know what happened because she used to be one. Even Dante's Peak, not a great movie. She's good in it though, and Terminator 1 and 2, we all know, fantastic actress in those movies. I don't know what happened to her acting ability. Maybe she took too long away from the limelight. She's fucking bad. Terminator Dark Fate, I gave her the benefit of the doubt because the movie was fucking terrible, so I just assumed, oh, it's gotta be because of the script and directing that she's just not good. Nobody in that movie was good. But it's kind of carried over into this. Like, her acting is so wooden, where she's delivering a line. Chief Hopper, you brought the girl here. What were you thinking? It's like she's doing her first reading through the script, and they're just putting it in there. It's bad. So I'm hoping that gets a little better, because we have, like I said, 4 more episodes of this shit. And they're all over an hour long. So, please, God, don't be bad. Like, I'm just begging. Please just be watchable. I'm not even expecting good at this point. Just watchable. This season is clocking in at my least favorite at the current juncture. Season 3 is pretty close, though. I don't know. Actually, the Season 3 might be worse. It's not Stranger Things, dude. Season 3 is Goonies on steroids. There's no Stranger Things to it. These children are sneaking in and out of a Russian base under a mall. What does that have to do with the Upside Down? I have no idea. Other than the fact that they're accessing the Upside Down, and we don't see any of that. It has nothing to do with it. They just want to make Russians look bad, because big Russian bad. 1980s Cold War, we have to make reference. Instead of just making the show about, what made it good in the first place. And, I'm still waiting. Fucking 8 years later. Because Season 2, like, as mid as it is, and as bad as Episode 7 is, I still think that it's the closest we've gotten to that Season 1 vibe. And the first 2 episodes, I'd say, are a lot of fun. Like, I think Mad Max is a fun episode. That whole episode, the Halloween. That's fun. But then it just gets away from... It just turns into 80s references and woke and women power and... Like, out of nowhere, Nancy went from a sophomore, like, typical ditzy female to... She's like a hardened Rambo. It all happened so fast. I don't remember her being this badass. But another thing that somebody else said that I will reference, I'm not taking credit for it, but they pointed it out, and I wish I remembered who this person was too, but if someone knows, good on them, because I don't like taking credit for shit that I did not say. But if you make Nancy badass, great. Whatever. One female being tough and whatever, I don't have an issue. It's when you make every single woman in your cast tough. It just kind of takes away from Nancy. So now Robin can be tough too, and Erica apparently can fucking drug people and get away with it. She literally stuck a needle into her friend's neck. She didn't even care. So you should have ate your damn pie and just shoved the needle in the chick's neck. I mean, it was funny, but it's like... What is it? What? I don't know. It just feels like we're watching a cartoon at this point, and that's how I feel when Robin's on screen. She feels like a Scooby-Doo character. There's not a single ounce of reality to that woman. And I don't know if they're telling her to play it that way, or if they just go, okay, Maya, Nepo baby, just go out there and
act like a retard, because that's exactly what she does in every single fucking scene. Again, you would not know if you watch season 3 clips of her without anyone else involved. You just saw like a clip of season 3 and then you saw a clip of season 5, you'd be like, oh, this is a different movie or show, right? This is not the same. She's playing a totally different character. Nope, same show. They just decided we need an annoying female who says funny stuff because Marvel and Disney. It really feels like they're just competing with Disney or something. I don't get it. Because season 1 had its funny bits, but I think it's the subtle stuff-ish. Like when Eleven walks up the stairs and they're having dinner and Mike spits his milk back into his cup. Like that's funny to me. You don't have some big scene where it's like a goofy like the Rockin' Robin scene where you've got Steve putting in all of the stupid soundtracks in the background, and you can tell they wanted people to laugh so hard at that. Look at Steve, he's such a goof. Look at him, he's so silly. Or the gum scene when they're in the clock tower and Lucas is chewing like an idiot. And I, even before Mike said it, I was like, yeah, he's gonna say something because he's chewing so loud. And of course, yeah, can you not chew so loud? I'm a snipers chew gum. Like, they want you to laugh at these stupid Marvel lines, and man, they're cringy. When Dustin's getting picked on in the hallway, I kind of liked it for a second because it's like, oh, Dustin, he's gonna kind of talk his way out of this, or he's gonna like fight his way out of this at school. Instead, Lucas walks up, and the camera is over his shoulder, making him look like he's Goliath. And he walks in. My sister kicked you in the nuts, and it hurt for 2 weeks. If I hit you in the nuts, they'll burst like water balloons. I genuinely paused for a second and was like, what? Like, is this Cobra Kai? Even my buddy. It was perfect. I honestly, you couldn't have scripted it. My friend messaged me after watching that part yesterday. He's like, is this Cobra Kai? Right, like, same thought as me. Like, it's not hard to notice these things if you're paying attention. It is Cobra Kai level writing at this point. If that felt like a Miguel scene from like season 2 or 3 of Cobra Kai. That was awful. I genuinely couldn't believe it. Really bad stuff. Cobra Kai is another show that I just stopped caring eventually because it got so dumb. Like, and that's kind of where Stranger Things is getting. It started out as this small scale story that, you know, it would have been nice and clean if you just had a one seasoner. You know, like if Cobra Kai was one season, I'd probably still go back and watch it every now and again. I kind of liked Robbie. I kind of like the dynamic of, you know, Daniel becoming the douchebag and Johnny's the underdog. I kind of enjoyed it, and then it got so self-aware in season 2 to whatever it went up to 5, 6. It got way too self-aware, and I stopped caring because the characters became cartoon characters. It didn't feel like real life anymore. Not that season 1 didn't have its stupid moments, but I really felt emotion in that tournament at the end. It kind of felt like Karate Kid. And then the rest of the seasons, where's the Karate Kid? Because this is just, like I said about Stranger Things, a CW show with a big budget. There's a lot of visual effects and fucking like cars exploding and shit. It's like, what does this have to do with Cobra Kai or with Karate Kid? And the same goes for Stranger Things. When I'm watching this and you've got the whole scene of Max and Holly just talking in the Upside Down in that cave. It's like, what am I? It doesn't even feel like Stranger Things anymore, man. It feels like I'm watching a Jumanji movie or something. Like, this is not good. This is not Stranger Things. Like, I'm not expecting you to do the same thing every season. Otherwise, we'd all hate it. It'd all get boring. But when you make shit this different from your original movie, from your original show, from your original concept, you're going to lose a lot of people. And you're going to gain a lot of people that put it on in the background as they scroll on TikTok. Because that's really what it feels like this is made for. Season 1, you had a lot of slow scenes with a lot of tension. Season 2 even, a lot of slow stuff. Season 3 and beyond, it is the quickest, fastest moving show for that reason. They want people to stay engaged because they know nobody has attention spans anymore, and the people that do watch their shows kind of range between probably 12 to 30, and most people in that range cannot get off their phones. I'm guilty of it sometimes, but if I'm watching a show, I'm not on my phone. Like, if I'm really engaged, if I'm not just re-watching something to have on in the background, I'm watching it with my full attention. And that's what I did with Stranger Things. So I feel like some people, they don't even notice some of this shit. They're just so busy on TikTok, scrolling, reading Sadie Sink edits and shit. They're not even focused on what's actually happening in front of their eyes. So they miss a lot of shit. And then, you know, they see the big scenes because they look up when they hear action and they go, I loved it. This episode was great. While ignoring all the other stupid shit. Like Mike and Nancy walking around the hospital when he's dressed up in a gown and they're trying to make it look like, you know, he's just a patient here. Stupid, man. Like, just stupid writing. And they don't even mention their dad. That was another thing that was kind of starting to piss me off. Again, men don't matter in this universe. They've made that very apparent. You'd think you'd mention at least once, like, hey, how's dad doing in there? You know, he got crushed by a Demogorgon, and he's currently in a coma. How's he doing in there? Instead, it's just, Mom, where's my mommy? Me. Because women are way better. Didn't you know? Stupid. And I really, like, I don't know where this started because I haven't rewatched season 1s to... I said season 1s. Yes, season 1s. Season 1 to 3 in the last 3 years. I only started season 4 I think last year. It took me like a week to get through it. But I pushed that shit off for 3 years, man. I did not care anymore. There was no part of me that was interested. It came out during the end of COVID, and it just felt like I was past that point in my life. And I got so bored of watching bad movies and watching the same movies all over again that I decided I'll just watch Stranger Things 4. And wasn't terrible. You know, like, I still think it's got its positives. Like everybody, I love Eddie as a character. But he's also very cringy. And it's like a give and take because he's trying so hard to be this, like, edgy metalhead cool guy. But the scenes he's coolest are when he's just chilling with Dustin and they're just chatting. That scene in the cafeteria is atrocious, where he gets up on the table and does the devil horns. It's so bad. And that's the type of shit that these TikTok viewers eat up. Like, I've seen a couple edits of cringy people getting dressed up as Eddie going to conventions doing the devil horns. Like, I'm sorry, you're not cool. You're impersonating a character that, quite frankly, would hate most of your existence. All of you, like, trooned out liberal women. These characters would hate your guts. Most of them, anyways. Eddie would, for sure. Fucking metalheads would. Not liberal, I'm sorry. Like, hello. Actually, some people probably argue, well, they are, man. They're super liberal. They're against God. A lot of them were pro-God, actually. Look at Ozzy Osbourne. Guy's, like, the biggest metalhead ever. Also a big God follower. So, yeah, Eddie... I loved a lot of what he was doing. I loved this, like, just the fact that he was hiding out at his old drug dealer's house. I kind of like that whole concept, and they keep bringing him food and shit. And he's like me. He just eats all the stuff you should not eat. He's eating like he's drinking a called Woohoo, Yoo-hoo. Or, no, is it a Yoo-hoo? Yahoo? Yoo-hoo? Yeah, I think it's called a Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. That's it. The chocolate milk. He's drinking that and eating, like, sugar cereal instead of, you know, nutritional food. It's like, I've been hiding out here, bring me some food, Wheeler. And that's the shit he goes for first. Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. Why not enjoy life while you're here, you know? So I kind of felt like Eddie was more relatable than a lot of these other characters, especially for me. He kind of reminds me of me in high school a little bit. Not the metalhead and stuff, but just being a shithead with people that you don't like. Like the whole Jason and him dynamic, that was kind of me with some of the older kids when I was in like grade 10, 11. You know, just trolling them, getting them suspended for shit, and, you know, being a bit of an asshole. Looking back, probably deserved a couple ass beatings that I never got, but lucky for me, I don't go to school with the people that beat the fuck out of Dustin. He got his ass handed to him, man. He really did. It was kind of satisfying because of how much of an asshole he's been in the season so far. I love Dustin. He's he is my second favorite character. Steve's always been number one. Even season 1 Steve, he was always my favorite. I just loved his character. He felt like a real guy. You know, that scene when he's got like a bloody nose and his eyes all fucked up after Jonathan beats him up, and he's still standing up for Nancy. So I was like, this guy's cool. You know what? I hated him the first episode because he just seemed like every pretentious rich asswipe that I went to school with. And then you realize, yeah, he might be rich and a bit of an ass, but he's also pretty cool. And season 2 just expanded on that because people loved him so much. In that second half of season 1, I'm going to pause this for a second, that they doubled down, and I don't really blame them. All right. I'm going to go till 30 on this, and then I'm going to pause, and I'll play Classified or something. I'll play something else for the second half of the stream. I just hate the perks that I have on, and I can't really train without stamina. Didn't really plan for that. I had my class set up for Voyage of Despair. Was messing around on there yesterday, just getting 50 plus, seeing how I could push that Kraken strategy at the bottom of the stairs, the Grand Staircase. It's actually kind of a fun camping strat because, you know, unlike Black Ops 2 or 3, the zombies move so fast in this game, and the guns they don't have a Apothecon Servant type gun in this game where you can just shoot it and basically put your feet up, just chill, not even pay attention. You have to basically just keep spraying your Kraken, and then when you run out of ammo, you pick up another essence, and then you go and you replenish your ammo that way. So, I kind of like that strategy. It's kind of fun. Every now and again, I wouldn't play Voyage very often. It's not one of my favorite maps. But I do like the history of the Titanic. Titanic is very... If you're into history at all, like, I wouldn't consider myself a shipwreck guy. The Edmund Fitzgerald's always interested me because I'm in Canada and it's Lake Michigan. It's not very far. Or is it Lake Superior? It's not very far, so that's always interested me, and my grandpa was interested when he was still kicking around, so him and I would talk about that. But Titanic was always just, it fascinated me ever since I was little and I saw the movie. As I've grown up, not a huge fan of the movie. It's kind of soured on me over time for the liberal propaganda that it is about females and how they can basically do whatever they want to a man's life, and it's okay because the man smacked her once. She can do everything she wants. She can sleep with a homeless guy when she's about to get married. Like, people need to stop putting the 2020s values into movies set in 1912. Really ridiculous. You smacked his wife. Oh my goodness. End of the world. You know the shit that was happening back then in households? I'm not trying to sit here and say you should beat your wife. You shouldn't, but if a fucking smack is what you think is like the end of the world from 1912, you have no idea, man. You have no idea. So yeah, I always feel like Cal got absolutely fucked in that movie right in the ass by a homeless man who probably smells like fucking feet and ass, yet Rose is like, oh, I want that. Oh, yeah, I want him because he's handsome. Forgetting that he's homeless and that when she gets off the boat with him, if her intended vision went through, she would have been living under bridges with a homeless man while he draws naked women for a cent. Or a quarter, whatever the fuck women give him for that shit. It's embarrassing. It's supposed to be this, like, really, you know, heartfelt story about this down-and-out guy who somehow pulls a rich woman. But really, she's just a whore who, you know, keeps her fucking jewel forever, marries another guy who she never loved because when she dies, she goes to see a guy she slept with for fucking 2 days. Not even. They slept together, what, for one night? And she's in love with him forever. Forgetting that she had children with this next man, grandchildren with him, clearly married him and loved him enough to have children with him, yet, no, I didn't ever love you as much as the guy I had sex with on the Titanic 70 years or 80 years ago. Like, yeah. What? Like, how was that movie ever considered good is what I'd like to know. Like, yeah, the visual effects are great. Love all the stuff about the actual ship itself, but yeah, it's just liberal hogwash. James Cameron loves some liberal hogwash, doesn't he? Watch any of his movies and women can do whatever they want, and men are just assholes the whole movie. Okay, so I guess we'll finish out round 30. And I'll just end the game. And then open up Crassified. Crass my gride. I will get myself a glass of water because my throat is kind of a mess right now. I don't know what's going on. Get out of my face! Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. I don't know. Should I even play Classified, or is this good enough? This is good enough. I really feel like I need to stream more if my fucking throat is killing me. My family! My family! Oh, max ammo! I almost forgot about you, little Max. Little Max. There we go. Yeah. So basically, to sum it all up, Stranger Things 5's buns, and I would not suggest watching it. But if you're a fan already, I'm sure you've seen it. So you've probably already wasted 4.5 hours of your life, or whatever the 4.5 hours. Because that fourth episode's an hour and 25. It's a movie. That is a movie's length for a television episode. So I'm expecting movie level everything, and it wasn't there. Maybe I'm expecting too much. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm expecting that much. Am I? Just looking for a little bit of competency, which does not exist in Hollywood anymore. Sorry. Oh, I'm so close to level 50. So close. It's not like an outright goal of mine, but I'd like to hit Master on this someday. I don't care, but I think there's level 1000 in this as well. I don't think I'm ever getting there, but you know, a nice brisk Prestige Master would not hurt. Where the fuck is this last gladiator? Biatch. Alright, should I go hold off somewhere? Would that make it more interesting? In here. Temple. 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 I tried to do the Easter egg on this map once and I got so bored that I just gave up. I got like over halfway through it too. And I just simply just kind of came to the conclusion that I don't care. I've never cared about Easter eggs. Lots of people, that's what they play zombies for. Not me. I think Black Ops 3, I've only done like 2 Easter eggs. I really don't care about them, man. It's too much effort for something that just gives me 0 reward in terms of, like, I don't feel the satisfaction. Like, if I get to round 100, I'm so satisfied. It's like, yeah, round 100. If I do the Easter eggs, like, nah, now what? Okay, I got a little achievement. Woo! The only one that was actually satisfying for me was Origins, because you continue going for your high round after you complete the Easter egg, and then just hop into the cutscene at the end. So that was kind of cool. Oh my god, another Blightfather. It's racism. It's because I'm the Mexican, isn't it? Isn't it? I feel the racism. Oh, there we go. I finally fucking know. Did I take the Blightfather? I did. Took him down. Uh-oh. Pinky! There we go. Down number 1. Well, the 2. Because I downed earlier, right? Yeah. Damn it. I'm a noob. I am a noob. What was it, like around 7 down, too? Guys, I'm so good. So good. Call me professional wood. Am I actually gonna get through this round? That was not part of my plan. Just die. Look how many bullets this guy... He is eating. So without Winter's Wail, I don't think I'm gonna last very long. Not gonna lie to you. Firebomb. The AATs in this game are ball sacks compared to BO3. Like, I get they were kind of a little bit too busted. Not a little bit, they were busted. Blast Furnace and Deadwire just so gross. But in this game, none of them are good. Brain Rot's okay, but the rest of them, pretty bad. And I still don't remember how many times you have to pack a punch to get, what's it called? Double tap. I think it's like 7 times or something. Something ridiculous like that. It'd just be nice if, you know, you could just put double tap on and have it, but this game's difficult. You have to have all your perks to get Speed Cola, you have to upgrade your gun a bunch of times to get double tap. How about you just give me the option to, you know, use Speed Cola and double tap like every other Call of Duty before this? Yes! One more down and we're done. Might even be faster than you think. I might not have PhD. I don't think I do. It's gone. We're on our last legs here, folks. And the Bowie knife just looks bitchy. Like, does that not look like a small-ass Bowie knife? Fuck, dude. BO3, it was like a monstrous, huge knife. Call that a knife? No, that's a knife. Am I really gonna get through another round? Like, please don't. Please just end the game. Yes! Yeah! Alright. Well, that was interesting / fun / educational. So I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care.